Hello, and welcome to the Zen Zone. Well, um, it is in the evening, and I wasn't sure I was going to do a video today, but here I am. So, today we're going to talk about self worth, and the reason being would be it came up 3 times today. And when something comes up 3 times in 3 different occasions, I know that it's a message for me to take a look at how that should apply in my life and now for this channel. So, for whatever reason, self worth came up quite a bit today. So, um, there is not going to be just one video that I can do on self worth. This is a complex conversation. So, well, a complex topic. Um, but tonight I thought I would just start by sharing um, about my own self worth journey. And yeah, that could be probably a day or so of talking, but I will just condense it. So, I have been working on my own self worth for years. It has been years, like at least 4 years. Anyway, and it doesn't mean that I haven't slipped, because I have, and I'm about to share that. So I thought that my self-worth was in a really healthy space before, and then I got in this relationship, and I remember just feeling the same way I have in past relationships, and it's just where I I tend to just love the other person, and that love is not reciprocated in the same way. So, pretty much, I am a giver, and I will give, and I will make a difficult situation work, and I will put up with a lot if I love you. Unfortunately, I meet people who are not willing to do the same thing, and that is just how it's been in my past. Um, so I would find myself, even in this last relationship, which was just within the last year. So that's what I'm trying to say. You can slip, no matter how much you work on your self-worth. You always have to make sure that you're in a healthy space. And my past relationship, that this former one, this last year, um, I remember thinking at times, again, like I did in so many other relationships, why can't you love me? Why can't you find worth in me the way I do for you? And pretty soon it just all spirals out of control, and it just doesn't work out. Usually because I get tired. I'm exhausted. I'm already, I'm spent, and I get to the point that I can't give anymore, and I realize like I've given too much, and I'm just done. Um, this last relationship, though, walking away was actually part of building my self worth, because for the first time I looked at him and I realized I deserved better. I deserve somebody that I can trust, and someone that reciprocates the very same energy that I'm putting into this. And so I had to say goodbye, and that's just how it was. And I remember thinking, like, I know this was a step in the right direction. Now, I'm not going to lie, it was hard, and it wasn't easy to walk away from that relationship and then not want to jump right into the next one. um, and keep searching for my self-worth in someone else, right? But I didn't. Thankfully, I took a break, and I started doing a lot of work on me, and then I met a couple other people, and at some point I was like, I said, well, this guy is nice enough. I mean, I could make it work. And I caught myself saying that, and instantly I was like, what are you saying? No way. That is what you always do. And good enough and nice enough is not going to work for me. And so I made a vow that night. And it was a spirit vow. I mean, it's a deep vow that if I couldn't find someone that embodied all the values I'm looking for, such as integrity and all that entails, like trust and stuff like that, but also kindness, empathy, I wanted somebody that is giving, loving, um, and I just decided if I cannot find that in someone, then I am okay being alone because I love me and that's enough. And after I made that vow, I felt like this huge like weight lifted off of me because I knew I was okay. I was okay. I loved me and I was going to be just fine, even if it meant I didn't have a partner in this life. I'm never alone. I always have, like, I have my children, I have friends, I have family. I'm never alone. That's all there is to it. But I was willing to walk through this life without like a partner if I just couldn't find what I wanted, couldn't find those core values in them. So here's the cool thing. We all know I found someone because I've shared it a couple times. And if you didn't know, now you know. And he's awesome. And I'm sure he has his own story about how this all came into his life. And maybe someday he could share that. But I do want to say that when my self-worth, when it's in a healthy space, my conversations in my own head are different because it goes from being outward focused, like, will you love me, to being like, I love me and that's enough. Also, I find myself saying stuff like, well, I am worthy of a giving relationship, of a loving relationship. I'm worthy of a man who can be a father figure, an awesome father figure to my children. So conversations start to change, even in your head. So like I said before, it was like, love me, love my children, love this, love that, please, I need you to find me worthy so that I can find me worthy. And now my conversations have changed to, I'm worthy of, and fill in the blank. So when you find yourself speaking in conversation like what I just shared, like saying I'm worthy of, I'm deserving of, that right there is a great sign that you are connecting with your self-worth. Now, that's not to say, that it's that ego. You have to be careful because some people will take the ego and they will say, yeah, well, I'm, worthy of a guy with a six-pack abs and whatever. Everybody knows that, I think Aquaman's pretty awesome. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to be vain, You don't want to get mixed up in your head about what self-worth is. Self-worth is about you connecting within. You have to connect within, and and that once you love within, that love will generate outwardly. Anyway, that's just kind of what I have to share tonight on self-worth. It came up and it was time to talk about it. So if you do need any further help, of course, I will share my information in the description below. Or if you have anything further to share on the topic, of course, I'm all ears. I am still a student and I love to learn. So until next time, stay with me here in